You're not ungrateful. You're awake. This is the Dignity Room, a place that's always yours. Come in.
There's a version of you that walks into work and runs the room, sharp, rational, the one who asks the hard question in the meeting that everyone else was too polite to ask. You deal with evidence and logic, results. Nobody would ever call you naive. And then there's the other version. The version nobody at the table has ever met. It's the one who late at night reads about things she would never admit to reading about, who has a quiet sense that some things aren't coincidences, who feels something she doesn't have words for and would absolutely die before bringing it up in front of her colleagues. So, two women, same body, and a strict unspoken rule that they are never ever allowed in the same room. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, today's episode is for that second woman, the one you keep hidden. So let's talk about being divided, because you have probably noticed something I named a few episodes back, that feeling of watching your life through glass, of being oddly absent from your own days. And some of that comes from this split, from keeping half of yourself permanently off stage. And before I go any further, let me say the thing you need to hear to keep listening. So I'm not going to ask you to believe anything, and also not going to tell you to manifest. I'm not going to hand you like crystals or telling you to trust the universe when you don't. And I'm also, maybe you too, a little bit allergic to like vague and floaty, yes, spirituality, woo-woo things. So I want to talk about this one, okay? What I want to talk about is much simpler. It's the cost of pretending that one whole half of you doesn't exist. And here's what you've quietly decided somewhere along the way, that being intelligent and sensing something deeper can't go together. That if you let the searching woman speak, the competent one loses credibility. So you split, and you've been paying for that split for years. So let's look at it how you learned this, because you weren't born hiding. When we look on children, and maybe you remember this for your own childhood too, they don't hide. A child will tell you about the feeling it had or the dream that come true. It's completely natural to kids to talk about these things. And somewhere we get trained to hide it, or we don't believe that anymore because it's like, random, woo-woo, whatever. And maybe there is like, you remember something once you said like an instinct or a sense about a person, a feeling that something mattered beyond the facts, and someone smart, like you respected, gave you this look. You know what I mean? So this look, and maybe like a little bit of eye rolling too. What's like saying, okay, I didn't think you were one of those. So you know what I mean. And you remembered that, you saved that in your brain, in your mind, in your body, that you shouldn't say that kind of thing. So not here, and not if you want to be taken seriously. So of course you're starting to hide this side. And of course, in some ways, it made sense because in the world you operate in, there's a real cost to seeming unserious. And you have watched it happen to other women, maybe too. And the moment they get labeled a bit out there, their competence get quietly discounted. And people stop fully trusting their judgment. So you made a rational decision. You put the searching part in a box. And you kept it for late at night, for the books you don't mention, for the part of your mind that wonders why the rest of you performs certainly. And here's what I really want you to hear. I mean, that wasn't stupid. It was a protective thing. So you protected yourself. And in a world that punishes intelligent women for admitting they sense something more, hiding it was smart. But protective and free are not the same thing. And a strategy that made sense at, let's say, 30 can quietly become a cage at 40. And I want to name what this split actually costs you. You are carrying the price so long, you've stopped noticing you are paying it. So it disappears from your sense. And the first cost is exhaustion. Holding two selves apart takes energy, and it takes a lot of energy. It's like constant low-level energy. You are always managing which version is allowed in which room. So you editing yourself in real time. It's like running a background program that never closes, and it drains the battery all day long. The second cost is loneliness. And it's a specific kind because the people who know the competent you don't know the searching you. And the searching you has almost no one to talk to. And it's hard when you don't find someone where you can talk about everything. So even when you are surrounded by people you like or people like you, there's a part of you that no one in the room has ever actually met. And yeah, that's a quiet, particular kind of alone. The loneliness of being known only in half. And the third cost is like a deep one. It's that you have started to believe your own cover story. You hide the searching woman for so long that part of you now genuinely wonders if she's silly. And if wanting more, then the visible word is a kind of weakness. If the late night sense that things mean something is just wishful thinking from a tired mind. And let me offer you something. What if she was never the weakness? What if the searching woman is actually the most alive part of you? So the part that never fully bought the idea that a successful life on paper was the whole point. And maybe you didn't keep her hiding because she was foolish. You kept her hiding because she was yours. And you'd learned it wasn't safe to show what's truly yours. And of course, don't get me wrong, I won't tell you here that you suddenly announce your inner life to your colleagues. So, I mean, please don't when you are not feel safe about that and you don't want that really. And yeah, you don't have to. That's not freedom. That's just a different kind of exposure, and you don't owe anyone that access. The integration I'm talking about is a private first. So it happens inside you, long before it ever shows to anyone else. And I invite you to try one thing. Stop arguing with the searching woman in your own head. And that's it for the moment. When she shows up, when you get that sense about a person that pull towards something you can't quite justify, that feeling that a moment meant more than it should have, don't immediately shut her down. Don't roll your eyes at yourself. Don't file it under silly. Just let her have the thought privately. So without the internal eye rolling you've trained yourself to do. So here's the thing about being grounded and being open. There are not opposites. You can keep every bit of your sharpness, your skepticism, your refusal to be fooled, and you can let yourself sense more. The smartest people I know aren't the ones who believe everything, and they are not the ones who believe nothing. They are the ones who can hold a question open without needing to slam it shut in either direction. You were taught that smart and spiritual cancel each other out. And I tell you, they are not. The exhaustion you've been feeling was never the searching, it was the splitting. And you don't have to choose which woman gets to be real. I mean, they are both you, and they can finally be in the same room too. Try it out for yourself. Give yourself permission to feel both sides of you, the spiritual one and the one who is the bad bitch, right? So you can have both without telling everyone and feeling good about it, because when you allow both sides to flourish inside yourself, then you get better and will feel better, and you will have definitely more energy and be more centered in yourself. So when 3 things stay with you today: 1, hiding the searching part of you wasn't foolish. It was protective. In a world that discounts intelligent women for admitting their sense more, hiding it was smart. But a strategy that protects you at 30 can quietly become a cage at 40. So don't put yourself in a cage. Free you up by let both sides of you flourish. 2. The exhaustion was never the searching, it was the splitting. Holding 2 selves apart, meaning that you're managing which one is allowed in which room. And this drains you all day. And it leaves you known only in half. That's its own kind of lonely. So don't put yourself in this loneliness, and allow yourself to speak up. And 3, grounded and open are not opposites. You can keep every bit of your sharpness and still let yourself sense more. The first step isn't announcing anything to anyone. It's just no longer arguing with the searching woman inside your own head.
If today resonated, here's the most honest place to go next. Something I recorded just for you. No fluff, just the first real step back to yourself. It's waiting in the show notes. Take care of yourself. This was the Dignity Room.